Hi, this is new. This is new content. I'm finally doing it. This is my 11th take because my mic fell over in the last one and I was finally feeling good about it. So, hi. I'm talking for the first time. Let me introduce myself. I am Cyanobone, previously known as Fallen Feathers. Uh, you can call me Cyano or Lake, whatever. I'm pretty loose with it. Uh, I have finally decided to start recording myself for my speed paints. Uh, I've been thinking about it for a while, and I feel like I'm a lot less shy than I used to be. I used to be super freaking shy about this kind of stuff, especially because I didn't have like the voice I wanted. I'm 9 months on testosterone now. Ooh, deeply man voice in your ears. How's that sound? Uh, but since kind of coming out of my shell a bit more about my voice, and since doing a hardcore series with my friend Snowy Packle, check that out, Sacred Lives. Um, I have decided to be a little bit, more open with my art, my creative process, my opinions on art, which is kind of what these videos are going to be. I'm going to be doing a lot more kind of just yapping while talking. Some of it's going to be about creative process, some of it's going to be about my opinion. um it's going to be fun, it's going to be loose, it's going to be chill. It's not going to be anything like big and scary, I hope not. Anyway, it depends on how life goes and how 2026 is, but let's not think about that right now. Let's just dive straight into the art. Yeah, so how I start all of my pieces, all of my big ones anyway, are thumbnail sketches. I start by, working on my foreground, the big kind of detailed pieces in the front, or less detailed, depending on who you are and how you do your artwork. Midground, and then background. And as I go, I get less and less. It's kind of a detail sandwich. I do less details in the front, more details in the middle, less details in the back. The least amount in the back, typically. Um, just so kind of the eye focuses on the middle, on the subject pieces. For these two subject pieces in this piece, I did a dragon and a deer, and in the foreground there's like a tiny little baby dragon because it's cute, right? Um, so I wanted to work really hard on my values and my creativity, specifically because I feel like there's a big lack of creative freedoms in the entertainment industry right now. Um, I feel like with AI slop and with commodification of entertainment and that kind of whole industry, I feel like the only real way to be creative right now is through indie animation or doing freelance art or that kind of stuff, which is why I kind of wanted to show like I can be creative while telling a story in a single piece like I did. Um, you'll see that later with the sketch of the dragon, but right now in my art, I'm just kind of working on, in this piece specifically, not my art as a whole, that too, I guess. But I'm working on detail and shadows and lighting and kind of balancing high detail with lower amounts of detail. As you can see, I literally just redid this tree because I realized it was way too detailed. It was drawing the eye way too much. Um, and the one that I'm doing on the right is also too detailed, but that one didn't matter as much. I knew it was going to be covered up by the dragon's wings. As you can tell, as I go back, I more so just work on like general blocks of shade. The way that I did this piece, if you're wondering what tools I used for this, I used two tools. I used selection, select fill, which is how I did all of my like, big shapes and all of that. And after that, I just went in with the chalk tool. I went in with the chalk tool and I had fun with it. I really love the texture that it creates. I've been doing it a bit more in and I actually, that was a lie. It wasn't just the chalk tool. It's also, I think, the textured pen. All of this is in Clip Studio Paint. I started using Clip Studio Paint a little bit ago. I've been really enjoying it. I definitely recommend it if you can pay the one-time fee because who the hell is paying, what is it, like $200 a year or whatever? Fuck that. Get the $50 one. Get it when it's on sale. I'd 100% recommend it. But I feel like there's a lot of creativity that's kind of being not thrown away, but being kind of lessered by a lot of major studios now. I feel like it's been that way for a while, and I feel like I didn't really see it a lot until I was an adult, as most people who grow up loving animation do. You know, uh, my big inspirations are people who specifically have been fucked over by Disney. Alex Hirsch, Dana Terrace, like those folks. I love their work. I love their work. I love Owl House. I love Knights of Guinevere. I love Gravity Falls. I'm obsessed with Gravity Falls. I actually, you know, had my dad watch through it with me, and he loved it. Shout out my dad. He's super cool. I know you're watching that. But I feel like after learning about all of the creative, you know, uh, oh, what's the word? Like creative, not drawbacks, but limitations that people are put into. I feel like kind of the only way to be an artist right now, at least for me, maybe this isn't the way for everyone else, but to be an artist right now is, like, I want to go and get an education for it, but I'd love to stay in the indie field. I'd love to do freelance. I love being able to create art for the art itself, not for commercial use. I love it. Which is why this piece was really, really, really. I wanted to put this in my portfolio specifically for my school application. Next year, I am going to school, hopefully, crossing my fingers, for art and technologies, so like animation, coding, game design, character design, that kind of stuff, and minoring in comics and cartoons. And every time I say that, I feel like I should be wearing one of those spinny, like, propeller hats and holding a big old lollipop in my hand. But I mean, I'm excited to learn the tools. I'm excited to be able to turn this in and hopefully get into the school that I'm by, and show that I can actually do it. I've been in college already for a few years, getting a transfer degree, so hopefully I don't have to take math or anything like that at my new university. But just having fun with it. I love having fun with fun. Fun with fun. You know what I mean. Having fun with art. Art is fun. It worked out. Anyway, back to the creative process. At this point, you can tell I've put on a gradient map, and I realized, oh shit, it still looks super, super flat. I don't want it to look flat. So I added more shading, because that'll help, and it did. It did. I feel like there's a good balance between overshaded and undershaded, and I feel like I hit a pretty good balance here. But I started shading with a different color. I started shading with yellow. I wanted to go for a really warm, soft kind of, maybe not soft, but like, a warmer feel in this kind of magical forest that I was going for. And I realized about, like a bit way through, I actually posted this beforehand. Uh, I noticed this. The dragon does not stand out. The deer kind of stands out, but the dragon did not stand out. So what I ended up doing was this. I added another layer on top of color. I colorized it. I made it the way that I wanted. And just kind of like, I really wanted it to pop, and I'm really happy with it. I really think this shows off a lot of creativity and understanding of how to draw a scene. And I don't know. I'm really, really proud of this piece. It's dragons are fun. Dragons are cool. Why wouldn't you draw a dragon? Um, I feel like I'm kind of yapping, so I'll wrap it up. But I'm hoping that with this new style of content, I don't even want to call it content. I don't want to be known. With this kind of new style of video, I'm hoping to, you know, just be able to be a little bit more fun and loose and talk. Maybe almost use it as like a diary without all the sad stuff. Um, but I hope you like it. If you do, leave a like. If you don't, leave a dislike. Let me know what you think in the comments. Should I keep doing this? Like, should I script these? Be honest. Uh, let me know if you like my PNG tuber. I actually drew this guy myself. His name is Clyde. He'll probably be my channel mascot for a little bit. And also streams. I'm probably gonna start streaming soon again. I used to stream years and years ago under the username Croc and Shades. That's not a thing anymore. I am now Cyanabone on pretty much everything: Instagram, Tumblr, Blue Sky, Twitter. I never had a Twitter. Uh, but like if you like this style of content, let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a good night.